Appreciate it, bro. Okay, let's hop up here. Oh! Dude! That was so clean. What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Ferg here, back again with another Call of Duty mobile video, and in today's video we are going to be discussing some tips and tricks. In fact, I'm going to be giving you guys 5 tips and tricks in order to help you guys get better at the game. You guys know that I love giving out tips and tricks. I love to see your feedback in the comment section when you guys are hyped up that you learned something new. I really love sharing the knowledge that I have of the game. If you guys are wondering, some of my long-term or long-time subscribers will already know that I'm currently #1 on the leaderboards, but just for anyone who's new around here, if you're questioning whether or not I'm a reputable source for tips and tricks, here you go. I'm currently #1 on the leaderboards. It's not a flex, it's just trying to prove that my tips will be reputable and that you can trust me as an individual. With that being said, if you guys are new around here, make sure to hit that subscribe button, turn on those notifications if you want to be notified of when I upload a video, because I do upload Call of Duty mobile videos every single day here on the channel. Also, make sure to check out my live streaming YouTube channel down in the description below, because I also live stream at least 6 hours a day every single day over on that channel. In fact, in the last 32 days, I've live streamed 215 hours, which is an average of 6.7 hours per day. So yeah, definitely go check out my live stream channel as well. With that being said, we're going to be covering tips that will help you with accuracy, movement, all of those good things. So let's get right into it. Okay, so for tip number 1, this is a very interesting tip and a lot of people don't understand what this is. I actually talked about this slightly in my settings video and slightly in my first settings video as well. I've created 2 now, you should go watch them. But this is about rotation mode. As you can see at the top of the screen right now, you can see that I have it currently on fixed mode. We're going to discuss what these actually mean. Speed acceleration, as you can see, the acceleration value is 140 and your normal acceleration is 100. This means that you're going to be speeding up just randomly as you are spinning around. So the faster that you swipe, you're going to be accelerating your aim really quickly, and it's going to be super inconsistent. So speed acceleration is actually very bad. Distance acceleration is very similar to speed acceleration. Obviously mine is at 100. I don't use either accelerations. Any kind of acceleration mode is actually really bad for your aim, because it's kind of random how much it actually accelerates by, because it judges it on your finger and how it goes across the screen. So if you move your finger across the screen fast one time, it will go super fast, and if you move it across slow but it's the same distance, it will actually go slower. Obviously when you're using the distance acceleration, it doesn't matter, it's just about how much distance you drag your finger, but it's still not as good as fixed speed. What's fixed speed is no matter how much you move your finger around your iPad, it will always move the same amount. So it will choose how many, it basically looks at the pixels on your iPad, and it constructs them down into however many pixels it is, and then however many pixels you move your finger across the screen, that is how many pixels your gun will move on your screen. Like, it's so much better. If you're not using fixed mode, you need to be using fixed mode right now. With that being said, let's get on to tip number 2. Okay, so the next tip is quite difficult to explain, but I hope I do it justice, pretty much. What this is knowing your whereabouts on the map. Of course, you guys may or may not know, if you click the top of your screen where the map is, you'll be able to bring up your whole map. And as you can see, I've got the map on my screen right now. Now, learning the map and learning how it actually works is very beneficial. So, for example, I am currently in this window. I know that everyone who is on the other team is going to be spawning on that side of the map. As you can see, they just took a B flag. They will all be spawning on this side of the map. People will not be spawning behind me. So I know that I will not get killed from behind unless somebody manages to come up these stairs and kill me from the back. This means that I can stay on this location for a long period of time without having to be worried about dying, because my teammates are going to be spawning on this side of the map as well. Because we are playing domination, you actually spawn on what flag you have secured. As you can see, we've secured the A flag right here. So we will be spawning on the A flag, and basically until we get pushed out of it. Now, the only way that we will not spawn on this flag and not have this side of the map is if their entire team decides that they want to come into our side of the map. think I've got a little fan right here. Yeah, this guy's definitely a fan. But yeah, the only way that these people will make us spawn out from A is if they actually come into A and they're around this kind of area right here. If that happens, we will actually spawn over at C because none of their teammates will be on C. So the spawns will actually flip. So if you ever hear anyone talking about spawns flipping, that's what that means. But that's besides the point. In order to truly understand the map as it is and as it's currently intended to be, you need to understand positioning. Like where I was talking about at the start of this tip, we were talking about my positioning up here in the window. Now my positioning in the window is very good because it has high ground. High ground is essential in order to have an easier target to shoot at, because as you are higher up, you only have to aim down. It makes it harder for people to actually kill you because they have to aim up. Everyone has their gun at head height. As you can see, I run around with my gun at head height. It's the best way to do it. You run around with your gun at head height. So if you have high ground while you're up on the window, it's going to be very, very beneficial to you, because as people are running around, instead of aiming at this angle right here, they're going to have to aim up. And that's going to cause them well, it's basically going to cause them more milliseconds in order to lock onto you. As you can see, I'm up on the high ground right now. I'm chilling up here. I'm able to basically shoot across, and every time somebody sees me on the high ground, instead of shooting and scoping in at direct height, which is head height, they will have to scope in and then drag up to shoot to me. So that can take from anywhere between a millisecond to 1 whole second to do that, depending on how good and skilled the player is. That's why high ground gives you such an advantage. I think about this high ground, especially on Nuketown, is that it's a head glitch. As you can see, there's a short barrier right here, which you can actually use as a head glitch. So if you crouch right here, it is very hard to actually take me off the window. The only way you would be able to take me off the window without shooting at my head would be if you had FMJ. Which is obviously an attachment that you put on your gun. Now, if you don't have FMJ, it would become extremely difficult to take me off the high ground head glitch right there. If you're wondering what a head glitch actually is, it's basically just a place where you can only see their head. It's not actually a glitch, it's just, it was always called a head glitch back in Call of Duty console days, so that's why I call it a head glitch right now. Either way, that's all that I need to tell you about map flipping and basically holding high ground for the positioning. I'm going to go ahead and get into tip number 3. Okay, so tip number 3, we'll be talking about attachments. You guys know that I've already uploaded a video where I discussed some really, really good attachments. I actually did my top 5 favorite attachments, but I'm going to be speaking a little bit more on the grip attachment. Obviously, grip attachment is absolutely amazing. The foregrip attachment is probably one of the best attachments in the game for beginners, and that's exactly what I said in my video. However, when you get to the stage of the game where you're pretty comfortable with shooting and auto-firing your gun, just completely spraying it and controlling the recoil, you're gonna want to take grip off. I know, it's weird that I would say that, but it's only for certain guns. One of the guns that you can take grip off and use very, very effectively is actually the AK-117. As you can see on the screen right now, I currently have the Color Burst. Now, the AK-117, my favorite attachments currently for it are actually Quick Draw, Extended Mag, and FMJ. That stands for Full Metal Jacket. I used to have grip on there instead of FMJ, but I got to the point where I realized that I could control the recoil of the AK-117 so easily that I didn't need the grip. That's why I don't use grip anymore. I see that comment a lot in my comment section, and I just wanted to address it. You don't need grip, and you don't need certain attachments to be good, but trust me, grip will help you guys out a lot as you're beginning and starting off with the game. As you get to a level like similar to mine, you won't really need the grip anymore. However, on guns such as the Type 25, the grip is actually pretty decent. I still don't use the Type 25 with a grip, but I'm telling you, you probably should use it with a grip unless you're extremely experienced, because the Type 25 does have quite a decent kick when not using the grip. But of course, it's all down to personal preference, but please, take my advice when you first download the game, or even if you're not even level 150, if you're not even a legendary player, you should be using grip on your guns, on your assault rifles and your submachine guns. Of course, once you get better at the game and you really perfect your movement and your accuracy, you can take it off and see how you like it. Now, let's get into tip number 4. Okay, so as for tip number 4, we are going to be discussing some movement. You guys know that I am pretty damn advanced when it comes to movement, not to blow my own boat or come across as cocky. You're the best player ever. Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate the compliment. I don't agree, but appreciate it, bro. Okay, let's hop up here. Dude! That was so clean. It's just I've been playing this game for a long time and I kind of understand how to move around the map. You guys may or may not know that by now if you've watched my channel before. If you haven't, then make sure to subscribe. But a lot of people always ask me how I do this certain tactic right here, and the only reason that I can do this so well and do it so consistently is because I use 6 fingers. Obviously you don't need 6 fingers for this move, but it does make it a lot easier because you don't have to switch buttons with the fingers that you are using. Now what this is you're actually sliding, jumping, aiming down your sight, and shooting all basically at the same time, which takes 4 fingers of course. Oh, I'm gonna die right here. Never mind. Yeah, there we go, we died. But either way, I'm going to tell you guys how you can actually do this. Now, what you need to do is slide, turn at the same time. As you're turning, you need to aim down your sight and jump all at the same time. So I guess it's basically like 5 fingers. So I'm going to show you guys a practice run really quick of how it looks when you do it perfectly, like that. I'm going to show you guys what it looks like when you do it wrong. Like that. That's the wrong way to do it. And I'll show you guys one more time how to do it perfectly. As you can see, I go around the map super fast. I can aim in super fast. And using this tactic, it's my move. I literally created this. I was one of the first, if not the first person to do it. I've perfected it by now. I basically trademarked it at this point, if I'm being honest, because it's all I ever do. Unfortunately, right now I've got an auto sprint bug. I literally am not touching my iPad. It's just bugged out. I'm trying to not auto sprint right now, but unfortunately the game just has a ton of glitches. But it's okay. I'll show you guys it one more time. As you can see, this is how you do it. You need to literally click them all at the same time. And you can move over to the side while you're doing it like this and then keep jumping. It's a really, really good way to get around the map quickly, efficiently, and also really, really good way to dodge bullets and also shoot at the same time. With that being said, I hope this actual tip helps you out. You need to click jump. Aim down your sight, move your, whatever your aiming finger is over to the side if you're trying to do it from the side, and then also have a button on your shoot button as well as your aim button. So if you add all the fingers that you need together, you need a jump finger, you need a slide finger, you need an aim down sight finger, you need another aiming finger, which is for 4, and then you need a shoot button finger. So that's 5 fingers you're going to need for this to make this perfect. Of course, you'll be able to use 4 as well, but 5 will definitely make it a lot better. With that being said, let's get into tip number 5. Okay, so tip number 5 is actually also going to help you with your accuracy. Now, this is a very easy tip to understand, and once you get it down, you will greatly improve your gameplay. It's actually being able to predict where people are going to be coming from. This isn't obviously like a full in-depth guide on how to predict where people are going to be coming from or anything like that. It's simply just using the minimap above you, as you can see right here, in order to understand where people are coming from. Now, what you need to account for is where you're currently located in the map. Like we were talking about earlier, you need to understand where people are going to be coming from in order to predict them. Now, right now, obviously there's a guy to my right, as I just missed a bunch of bullets on him because I'm terrible at the game. And there we go, we kill him right there. But obviously, since I'm going over to C, and they have C flag, they're actually going to be spawning here. Now, I wouldn't be surprised if once I kill a couple more people, I'll be able to predict exactly where they're spawning. Okay, so this guy's going to spawn right here. Yep, there he is. Like I just said, he spawned right in front of me. There's another guy spawning here as well. Awesome. So this guy's around this corner. Like I said, he's around the corner. There's going to be another guy who's going to be right outside this door. And here. Nicely done. Able to predict him very, very easily. And all of this is just me knowing where the spawns are. Like, I understand the spawns of the map. Now, how you can do this yourself is, especially when you're playing Domination, you'll be able to predict where the spawns will be. Like I was saying in that tip that I said earlier about capturing the flags, they only spawn where the flag is. Now, obviously, when you're playing a different game mode, it will be different, but I'll explain that in a second. Now, how you can use the map to your advantage here is you can see where your teammates are. Wherever your teammates are, if there's not red dots beside them, that means that it's clear. That means there's no enemies there because there's nobody shooting. If there's no red dots, there's nobody in the other team shooting at them, which means that there's nobody there. Now, this is really good because you can tell where the enemies aren't, so that way you know where the enemies are. Because if they aren't there, then they're going to be in the other side of the map. As you can see, all my teammates are on the A side of the map. That means that all the enemies are on the C side of the map, which is great because it means that I know I'm clear right here, but as soon as I walk out of this house, I will probably get ambushed by people over on the C side of the map. Now, this can actually be used for game modes like Hardpoint, Team Deathmatch. It can't be used for free-for-all, unfortunately, but any kind of team-based mode, this will be able and will be applicable for. Obviously, depending on what mode you are playing in, it will differ a little bit, but it's really, really easy to understand. It's a really good tip in order to help you predict where your opponents are going to be coming from. It's obviously not a full guide to predicting where your opponents are going to be coming from. If you want to see a video on that, make sure to leave a like. If this gets, let's aim for something high, 15,000 likes, and I'll upload a video on how to predict where everyone's coming from all the time. Obviously, you guys know that I'm very in-depth about those things, and I like to think about it a lot. But honestly, use your minimap to your advantage, and see the red dots. As you can tell, there's people on B. I just seen them shoot on B. Minimap is key for predicting where people are. Not only for seeing the red dots, but for knowing where your teammates are in order to know where the enemies are, even when they're not shooting. With that being said, that is going to wrap up today's tips. There is 5 tips for you guys to get better at Call of Duty Mobile. If you enjoyed, make sure to leave a like, comment down below what you think about these tips, and if you want to see more of this series, because dude, I have at least like 1,000 tips that I can give out very, very easily. Subscribe if you guys are new, turn on those notifications if you want to be notified of when I upload a video, because I do so every single day here on the channel. It's been your boy Ferg, and without further ado, I love you all, and let's roll the outro.